Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 Builder Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. It's part 134 today and we are back to finish off our 14th season with Bangor City. We face Swansea Uni in the final Welsh Premier League game before TNS in the Welsh Cup final. TNS wrapped up second, Barry have now all but wrapped up third. But unfortunately, the other professional side, Haverfordwest, who we still don't know how they turned professional, have been relegated again. So problems in terms of the growth of the league potentially. But of course, if those European coefficient changes take place immediately, we could be in for a real bounty next season. If you're looking forward to finding out how we finish this year, and we can get ahead to the summer, a big one for Welsh football, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 videos. This series will be changing to every weekday as soon as the head coach has finished, and I'm recording this a few in advance, so it may well have done already. So it will be Monday to Friday at 3:30 until the release of FM22. With a few odd special bits at the weekend. Please do give us a follow on Twitch as well. We're starting our regular watch along live streams for the season, at least 10 a month. We're just going to hang out and have a chat about football, sport, food and everything else. So come and get involved, come and give us a follow there. You can find some other playlists and the food channel up in the eye above too. But let's crack on with the last two games of the season. Because actually at the moment, we need to wrap up the treble, of course, but I'm just excited to get to next season, to see the coefficient changes, to see what happens to the Welsh League in the qualifiers, and whether they take place immediately or we're going to have to be patient for a year. So let me show you very quickly the schedule for what's happened since you were last with me. As you can see, one of the games went a little bit too easily, and it was quite ironic after this actually. We won 15-0 against Carnarvon, 2 for Broome, 5 for Goulding, 3 for Walters, 2 for Bulkley, 2 for Jones, 1 for Mackenzie. Then their manager came out and said, we're not as good as we think we are. I mean, who says that after a 15-0 defeat? 6-0 against Llandudno followed it, a hat-trick for Walters, 2 for Goulding and 1 for Kyo Bulkley. And then a 3-0 win last time out at Cardiff Met Uni. Whittaker, Reyes and Goulding with the first half goals. Now, we have got a couple of injury concerns we do need to be aware of. Kyo Bulkley will probably miss both of these games, as is likely going to be the case for Gwyn Morgan. So 2 of our youngsters that have come through the youth intakes, not quite ready for first team selection. But we have still got a very strong squad, and to be fair, if there's ever going to be a time for a little knock, the end of the season, when there's not much to play for, particularly European-wise, it certainly makes sense for us. So we're happy enough. Let's go and crack on with the first game. The Welsh Premier League, it looks like Barry are getting third. But then there could be 2 qualifying spots to play for. I'm not sure how it's going to work out in terms of if we get 5 teams in the nation, whether it will be the next place in the league gets an automatic one or whether 2 will get through from the playoffs. We'll wait and see. But for now, let's just try and wrap up a good finish to the season and see if we can get in good form ahead of the cup final against TNS in a week's time. So David Pike's got to be closed down. This is the 11 I've gone for. We've got Simancas between the sticks. Could be his last league game unless we can renew that loan later in the summer. McDonald back in at right back with Matai over on the left. Kelly and Whittaker at centre half. Lloyd, Reyes, Broome and Tom Jones the midfield diamond. Of course Bulkley out missing today. And then Goulding and Walters, now the deadly duo up top. Ewan McKinnon at the moment, an official wonder kid until just a few months ago, is having to make do with a place on the bench. It really is a positive sign for us. We've put a few of the youngsters on the bench for the under-19s. So Brett Jennings, the youngster from this year's youth intake, he's already made 3 sub-appearances. We've given Alex Clark professional terms. He's on the bench again. Made 11 appearances this year now. And then we've also got the likes of Strom, Pasiarek and Mackenzie if we need to freshen things up defensively. So we've got a very good squad today. I'm hopeful we can still get a good result. Let's see if we're able to do it. Kai McDonald not match fit. He'll probably need replacing later on. But this is the warm-up event, and let's see how well we can do. So Swansea Uni had a good year again after a disappointing one last season. But they're back in the top half. They're going to be in European qualifiers, or the playoffs we should say. So let's see how we get on. We're going to ask the lads to prove a point. We'd really like to go in with a positive display. We've been goals galore. We've been defensively solid at the moment. Simancas, he's chasing the Golden Glove. We got nearly 9 extra million for playing Real Madrid in the last 16 of the Champions League. I mean, it's all been happening. We've been delighted with this season, despite the defeat in the league. As Harvey Lloyd's got a free kick, 25 yards out, curls it round the wall, and just beats the keeper into the top corner. No Bulkley, no problem. Harvey Lloyd steps up. And just like virtually every free kick this season, it finds its way into the top corner. Brilliant start for Bangor City. And it looks like another comfortable end to the season. As with 20 minutes gone, we've got almost a carbon copy. About 5 yards further out, Lloyd hits the post. The keeper had been beaten in his dive. And it just dropped down off the woodwork to Kane Walters. And he tapped in from a yard. A brilliant goal. A brilliant finish. Swansea Uni are going to finish 5th. And I'm kind of looking now at the teams from 4th to 7th and thinking, who do we want in Europe next year? Llandudno have been the best domestically. They've played really well. Colwyn Bay were there last year. They're building a bit of a coefficient now. Cardiff Met Uni have got some fantastic players. They've been doing really well in the recent windows, but they're amateur. And Swansea Uni, probably the weakest of the lot in truth, but often spring a surprise with results. Having said that, they were poor in Europe last time. As Whittaker gets the ball out to McDonald on the right, through to Kane Walters. He has finished the season in fabulous form, and he gets past 30 goals pretty comfortably again. And if these two are on form in the cup final, we could beat TNS handsomely. I mean, we've got to be pleased with the season overall. We've got another free kick on the left. We could get another before half-time. Lloyd into the back post. Parker heads away. It's probably the biggest hope for this summer, isn't it? As we're back with Samancas, is that we're able to this summer get more sides into Europe, get more money into the league, and hopefully get a few professional and a few signing much better players. As Gordon runs in behind, tries to dink the keeper. He'd beaten him, he'd already dived, but the defender gets there with a block. Excellent first half performance from Bangor City. It's 3-0 at half time. The fans having a lovely time. Let's ask the lads to prove a point and ask for same again in the second half. As we've got a throw on the right with Kai McDonald. We'll get another hour into his legs today as Whittaker gives it to Reyes. He's got options beside him, but instead turns and takes on the man. Gives it back to Harvey Lloyd. Switches left to Matai. His shot straight at the keeper. Probably should have squared that in truth. The long kick only finds Kai McDonald though, and we can start to pile forward again. On halfway to Whittaker. Up to McDonald again. He's got space to run into. Flays Gordon in instead. Crosses for Kane Walters. The defender slid in, but Walters got the final touch. A hat-trick for him. 4 for Bangor City. Just scintillating. And we're back on the left-hand side again for Swansea Uni as Jeffries is piling forward. Loads of action in this game. Reyes nicks it back off him. Tom Jones could play direct, but instead goes back to Whittaker. Plays a 1-2 with him. Into Harvey Lloyd. Whittaker again. They're keeping it really nicely. It's so confident in possession. McDonald released down the right. Through ball towards Walters. He's been dragged a little wide, but as always, there's at least 4 in the middle. Reyes is one of them. He rattles it just over the bar. Good effort from Ruben Reyes. And I can't wait to see him next season. He's still improving. He's still developing. And surely it's going to be a brilliant future for us. We've got to the hour mark. Let's go and make some changes. Just enjoy the final minutes of the season. Kai McDonald then will be the first sub. Brett Jennings on, Whittaker out to fullback. We did that in the last game too. Reyes looking a bit tired in the middle, so Strom on for him. And then we've got Alex Clark, who can come on for Harvey Lloyd. Why not? Protect him from more yellow cards. And we're just going to see it out. We're 4-0 up. There's no risk to the result. And there's no harm in giving the 3 youngest substitutes appearances. As we've got a free kick on the right-hand side. Walters delivers to the back stick. Headed away pretty well this time. Broom finds Tom Jones though, and we're able to pile forward again. As Matai picks it up just inside their half. Into Tom Jones. He's got an option short, instead placed to Walters. Right side of the box. Beats his man. That is the harshest penalty you will ever see. Thomas Davis slid in. Got the ball perfectly. And now it's a penalty kick. Lloyd Gordon yet to open his account today. Can he put the keeper the wrong way? No. The keeper guessed right. It didn't matter because Gordon smashes the post. It's cleared away for a throw-in and it remains 4-0 as Whittaker will take one on the right-hand side. Cleared away by Gordon to Jeffries. Relish to Davis. Long ball downfield to Lewis Lloyd. Will he be held up by Jennings, the youngster? He won't, but Clark's forced him out wide. And it's an early delivery. Matai heads away. Relish will chase it first. We're not really putting too much pressure on the ball. These young changes have had an impact on the side. Ingram's cross is blocked by Matai. Kelly heads away the second cross. And Ingram gets it in again. Whittaker clear this time. Strom will chase it, but Davis there first. Definitely not looking as fluent at the moment. We're not playing at our best as Lewis Lloyd is in behind. And it's disallowed for offside, but certainly a warning sign there defensively. The last 10 minutes since the subs, we've not looked particularly great. And it's a Swansea Uni throwing on the right-hand side again. They're really starting to come into this game, albeit for a consolation. As Ingram flicks on for Lloyd, he goes back to Davis. Great effort, just over the bar. I don't think the keeper was stopping it if it was on target though. So I'm just going to demand a bit more from the lads, because the last 15 has not been acceptable. Jennings plays out from the back to Whittaker, and we look to get a fifth now, just to hammer blow them. As Walters gets in, wasn't a great sentence, but it was a great finish. Kane Walters under the keeper, 5-0 Bangor City. And based on the last quarter of an hour, that is completely against the run of play. But it will give us confidence now as Matai plays down the left again, just over here, and the keeper will get there first. Long kick downfield as far as Strom. Tom Jones knocks it down for Walters, beats his man again, curls one just wide. He has been unstoppable today. 10 left now. Walters with a free kick again. Into the back post, Jerome Kelly heads in. 5 for the season for the centre half. 6-0 on the day for Bangor City. What a Friday night to finish the season. And now 8 days rest for TNS. They're winning comfortably as well. We just hope we can take this form into the cup final. As Broom gives it to Matai yet again. Can we get a 7th? Can we really run riot here? Strom the substitute. Into Tom Jones. Through ball to Walters. Walters takes on his man. But his shot's not beating the keeper. Roof down to his right. Makes a really comfortable save there. Barrytown United winning. They will wrap up 3rd place. Excellent work from them. I look forward to seeing Europe next season, because it could be a special one. As Simancas rolls out to Jennings. Just a minute from stoppage time now. As Jennings who's forward. The defender misses it. Walters is in. Might have an assist here, Jennings. Walters rounds the keeper. 5th of the day, I think that is. Absolutely sensational. Jennings with the long ball over the top. Gets the assist to his name. And it's 7-0. A wonderful end to the season. Now let's take that into the TNS match. If we do so, the Welsh Cup final will be won pretty easily. We'll be back in a moment to see if it is. Well, right on cue for the Welsh Cup final, we get a new head of youth development. And my word, is this an upgrade? An unbelievable new staff member. Exceptional attributes. Welsh. I hope he's going to be the answer to our problems in terms of bringing through top-class youth intakes. So hopefully he'll be able to do that. In the meantime, let's go and get our fitness test done. I'm not sure Kyo Boltley's fit, but if we need to desperately, we can put him on the bench. So he's not been recommended to start by the assistant, which would suggest that he's probably still a bit off. Yeah, look, he's still got the orange injury, and it was a hamstring, wasn't it? Do we risk it? We've only got 5 subs as well. So Jennings out, Clark will be out. We're not going to need the youngsters for this one. Do I put him on there? I don't think so. If we look at the 11, I don't think there's anything we really need to change from the last match. It is our strongest squad, barring the injury. Then on the bench, I think we bring in Yesden Weaver. Maybe for Pasiarek. Then we've got a strong midfield on the bench. I mean, I think that's our best squad. I'm not going to risk it in terms of bringing in Bulkley because he's not fit enough and we don't want to cause problems in the summer, particularly when he's now an established Welsh international too. So the lineup is going to be exactly the same as the one that thrashed Swansea University. But before we get into that very quickly, let me show you something that has softened the blow of professional Haverfordwest getting relegated. If I show you the Welsh Premier League, that's not important. Let me show you the clubs that have come up. Cefn Druids, who you'll remember Haverfordwest were signing loads of players from, are professional. So I don't know what's causing the top sides in the second tier to go pro that is preventing some of the best sides in the Welsh League from doing so. But Cefn Druids are coming up, they're already professional. And then in the south, Newtown are coming up, they're already professional. So I have no idea why the yo-yo clubs are all professional and Barrytown United can't afford it. Hopefully Europe will change it next year, but regardless, we're replacing 1 pro and 1 semi-pro team with 2 professional ones. It can only be a good sign. So let's go and get into the Welsh Cup final, the final match of the season, and then we should have a very exciting summer on our hands and an amazing transfer special next time out. And here we go, a good TNS side. I wonder if they'll go for their back 5 and 2 defensive midfielders again. I'm guessing they probably will. Of course, they've had some really good loan players this year as well, so I wonder how that's going to affect them this summer. Let's go and get the TNS formation up. It's exactly what we expect. Couple of new names, of course, Bashir Humphrey signed in January. McNamara I don't recognise. He must be another one of the January ones. Or maybe even last summer, because he's made 29 league appearances. but very good players regardless, as Goulding gives the ball to McDonald, 14 minutes on the clock. Reyes surging down the right into the box, flying tackle from Dorian. Yes, he got the ball, but it was from behind, it was rash, it was clumsy, and now Goulding's got a chance from the spot to give Bangor City the lead. Perfect timing on the quarter-of-an-hour mark. Fans behind the goal as he hits it straight at Loughra, but he can't hold it and the rebound's tapped in easily. 45 for the season for Lloyd Goulding. Not bad for a debut year, is it? And Bangor City lead in the Welsh Cup final. Brilliant start so far. As we've got a throw on the left-hand side with Stefan Matai. 20 minutes gone now. Be a great time to get a second, make it comfortable. Goulding in again. Oh, he's dragged his shot wide. Just had to beat Loughra, but didn't get enough on it. And it remains one, but it's been a dominant display. As we've got a throw on the right with McDonald by the byline. Cleared away by Coakley, only as far as Lloyd. He gives it to McDonald again, and Reyes playing a triangle. Lovely football so far, to Tom Jones, to Broom. Shoots from 20 yards, and just finds that tiny little gap in the near corner, where the keeper Loughra is unable to stretch. 2-0 Bangor City. It's going to be a treble, isn't it? As we pass the half-an-hour mark, it's Kai McDonald causing chaos on that right-hand side again. Plays into Reyes from the throw-in. Back to Harvey Lloyd. McDonald in acres of space. 4 in the middle. A fifth man making his way in. The first cross is blocked. The second one falls for Tom Jones. And it's a good block by Dorian this time. Hacked away for a throw. Panic stations at the back. And if TNS don't have a big summer, they could get overtaken next year, given the situation and the changing landscape of Welsh football. We've got 5 minutes to the break here though, and McDonald's got another throw. Plays a 1-2 with Reyes, who tried to drop the shoulder. McDonald gets to the byline though. Back to Reyes again, into Harvey Lloyd. And Loughra might be disappointed with that. Yes, Lloyd hit it across goal with venom, but Loughra got a hand to it, and just not a strong enough one. It's 3-0 on the night. It's going to be a comfortable Welsh Cup final win. I just hope TNS can get closer next year, because we had those 3 or 4 years, around the 6-7 year mark, where they were so close. They challenged us for the title. They took it to the final day or two. And they've just sort of drifted away again. Got really defensive against us. But if they can get to European group stages, if they can get that £2.5 million and invest it well on and off the pitch, then surely that's where this save starts to change again. I'd love it if before we got to the end of the save, we were getting challenged domestically and loads of sides in the European group stages. That's the dream. As Humphreys heads the ball away from another Bangor City corner. Only 20 to go, so we will make changes after this. And to be fair, TNS have really calmed it down in the second half. As Kelly goes wide, Reyes gets there first. McDonald making the overlap. It's back to Whittaker though. Harvey Lloyd out to McDonald. Can anyone run off him? No, it's back to Reyes. Inside to Harvey Lloyd, to Broom. Got both strikers up with him. Walters one of them. Through ball to Tom Jones. And the youngster slides it in. Good decision to rest Bulkley. We definitely didn't need him. Now at 4-0 with 19 to go, let's go and make a couple of changes. Strom will come on for Broom, who needs a rest. Weaver on for Matai, who's quite tired as well. And Kane Walters hasn't had the best game despite that assist. So Ewan McKinnon, frustrating end to the season. Let's give him a run out here and see if he can score. If he can get 2, still gets 20 for the season. Just over 10 minutes remaining. It's Ronan Loughra with a long goal kick forward for TNS. And don't forget, in the league this season, we've only actually beaten them twice. They drew with us once and they beat us once. As Goulding's in again. No risk of that today though. 5-0. Tom Jones turns provider. And I've got to find a way next season to start Jones and Bulkley every week. Because they're 2 players through our academy that are good enough to wipe the floor with Welsh football. And that is something we have to hold on to the very end of this save. As Harvey Lloyd delivers a long cross from the left. Whittaker heads over. Just too much on it. The keeper was beaten, I think. But it's onto the roof of the net. TNS are still given a fight. They've had a couple of chances in this match, but the result really has never been in doubt. It's only if we're not ruthless in front of goal that we struggle, as Strom's missed an absolute sitter. Could have just laid it into the corner, tried to put too much on it, and it goes comfortably wide of the post. But thankfully, it's not affecting the outcome today. It is a 5-0 win for Bangor City. Harvey Lloyd will lift the trophy, lift the treble for Bangor City. But next season, Welsh football's going to change, and I am so excited. I hope the changes take effect immediately, as Bangor City win the Welsh Cup final in brilliant style as well. TNS need to improve, and hopefully the money next year will allow them to do so. Let's go and get ahead to our season review very quickly, and we've got an exciting summer to look forward to. We'll be back in a moment. End of season review time then. Just the 3 trophies this year after the SPFL Trust Trophy problems. But still a very good season and history made in Europe, which is more important than any trophy we can win. The signings, absolutely brilliant. Big profits made. Matai came in at left back, and to be fair to him, didn't really look out of place compared to Bektas. Srom is going to be a steal at 55 grand. Jack Vale didn't get to play as much as he would have liked, had a few injury troubles, but still a really good contributor. Simankas, incredible loan signing. And Goulding, 1.5 million. You do not get much better than that. Top scorer on 46 goals. An absolute gem for sure. I mean, even the ones that we've bought as backups and emergency players, they did their job. They did their bit. Bektas is one we'll keep an eye on, maybe for the future. Nearly £10 million for him. And to be fair, he played absolutely awfully for Derby in the Premier League. So we'll have a look at what situation he's in the summer. Big money in as well for Anderson. He's gone to Forest and barely played. Carl Lacey, great to see him turn up in the Welsh Premier League again, and a couple of other backups left too. Let's have a look at the season results, because in a league we were dominant. And look at the average attendance, nearly 3,500 this year. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, we were defeated in one game, but the goal difference ever increasing, and the other 2 sides getting into Europe again. That's really good to see. But despite the disappointment in the Trust Trophy, this is the one that matters. We reached the last 16 of the Champions League and drew one of the legs against Real Madrid. That is something that Welsh football will never forget, and coefficient-wise, it's made a massive difference for next season. In terms of matches to remember, I think they've picked the right one this year. A 2-0 win away at Red Bull Salzburg, which basically made that history for us. It set us the perfect platform on the opening match day. The 15-0 win at Carnarvon was ridiculous, followed by the manager's comments, which were hilarious. And Bulkley got goal of the season with a lovely free kick against Barrytown United. Sponsorships up, prize money's up, the other stuff very slightly down. But let's be honest, we're not worried about that. And the only reason the broadcast revenue's down is because most of it, I've worked out now, comes after the Champions League and Europa League finishes. So because the Welsh season finishes earlier, it's not counted at the moment. And then we get the unallocated pool afterwards, which normally is a few extra £100,000. Great to see Bulkley overtaking the strikers in shirt sales as well. 2 of our academy players in the top 3 is absolutely brilliant. The Welsh international got himself up there as well. He's shown his value there. The best 11, no surprises. Jones and Bulkley both in there. I've got to find a way next year, haven't I? Weaver and Matai is going to be hard to choose between, but the rest of the team picks itself. Manager of the year, Kyo Bulkley winning loads of awards, and Bektas a record sale. I mean, considering all of those things combined, it's been a pretty special season, hasn't it? The treble's wrapped up, the summer should be special, and I can't wait to see what the future of Welsh football holds. I hope you're looking forward to it as well. We will be back for a transfer special in a couple of days' time. We'll find out whether the coefficient changes take place immediately, and which sides are going to be in Europe with us next year. Can we see other teams in the group stages? I think we're finally ready. And will we be able to improve the league with 2 professional sides coming up? I don't know what's caused it. I don't know how they can afford it. But I'm certainly not going to complain. If you did enjoy this end to the season though, please do chuck a thumbs up on it. I'm hoping the domestic challenge will increase next year as the European side improves as well. But the main thing is we've got to get those teams in the group stages. And getting in that top 15 of the coefficient, I've said it for about 3 years now, it is the turning point. And I hope it will make a massive difference. We should be moving to every weekday soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that on the channel. That will continue up to the release of FM22 with odd specials at the weekend. And please do give us a follow on Twitch, the link is in the eye above. We'll be doing at least 10 football watch-alongs every month, just hanging out and having a chat. We all support different teams at different levels, and it'd be great to hang out and have some fun. There will be Welsh League commentaries included on that, so please do come and join along. But a big thanks for watching, supporting another season. It is appreciated as always. And I'll see you next time for what I think will be the biggest season of the save so far. I'll see you there.